Greetings and salutations, fellow YouTubians. My name's Terry Andrews Jr., also known as the J5 Guru. Today I'm making a video here. I've not done this in a very long time, so we will, I will remember or not remember in real time, and you'll follow along with me. But I'm going to be modifying the ASME 04B robot servo, and this is the 380 kilogram per centimeter version. There are kind of two flavors of this one currently, at least for case styles. One having these dimples on here, and the other one just having a newer, shinier looking case and this flat piece up here. But I believe internally they're pretty much the same. In theory, I can actually see that this flat part on this one extends out further. Yep, there you can see it there. That piece there that goes under the motor. And on this one it does not extend out past the motor. So I'm going to do this one. So yeah. Otherwise, they look identical. There's no way to know. I mean, they both say, ASME-04 on the PCBs. They both look identical. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. Okay, so let me set this over here out of the way. Alrighty. I got it in this orientation here using my webcam. I don't know how long the video is going to be, and it seems to focus better when it doesn't have a background that it can kind of jump back and forth on. So, yeah, I'm just, nippers, some tweezers of various iterations, screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, and some nippers, flat cutters. So let's go ahead, let's get this party started, shall we? Okay, hopefully I remember to stay in frame. Alright, so first things first, let's get these motor wires out of here. Okay, and pull them out. Alright, and of course, since I am frugal, I clip my zip ties like this way. That way I can reuse them. Not on this, but there. Yeah, perfectly good zip tie. Cut it on the other side. Nope, it's junk. So, anyhow, let me see. Yep, there's this one. Yay. And there we go. Okay, so good there. Alright, got to remove the PCB. That consists of 4 Phillips head screws. On the bottom side, I believe, at least in the older versions, there are some paper insulating spacers. Of course, you're going to void your warranty by lifting up the sticker, damaging it. Yes. So, come on. There we go. Okay. So, remove this one. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. You do not want to slip off this PCB and damage any of the board components. So, alright, so, no insulator? No insulators on this one. Yeah, the other ones that I've had in the past had red paper insulators under here. But yeah, apparently we're saving money now, so we don't use them anymore. Alright, so remove the 6 perimeter screws. I know we have at least one lady that is endeavoring to build a Johnny 5 robot, or an Open Saint robot if you prefer, or if you don't prefer, I don't care. Call it what you want. It is what it is. You can call it anything you want, but yeah, you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's Johnny 5. Yeah, well, we call ours Open Saint because we have deviated so much from the original as far as its design that, you know, internally, that, well, it just seemed like the thing to do. I don't know. The decision was made. Hey, man, I just work here, man. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Separate the two case halves. And, of course, we have the prerequisite shmoo. Okay? Yeah, that stuff's always nice. One thing I didn't grab is a rag. Okay. So, this is why I grabbed the tweezers. Anyhow, so, in its in situ natural state, we can see we have a gear up here. So it looks like the way these gears went in originally is these two, this large one, and this, let me get I don't want to get my fingers all dirty just yet. So, this gear here, this compound gear, and this spur gear go in first, okay, and then these two gears go in afterward. This spur gear has a spacer in here, okay. I can see already that the pinion on this, and this is a problem with some of these pinions can be an issue. When you go and do a flipped configuration, you don't get full tooth engagement, and I may run into that, and that's basically just going to be just moving the pinion, using a pinion puller to move, you know, pull the pinion up a little bit or push it down a little bit, you know, whatever needs to be done to get that pinion to engage there. So I'm actually going to grab another shop rag here, a slightly used microfiber cloth. So here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and let me see here. Let me get this like this. I'm going to remove these first two. Okay, so there's that compound gear. Remember where that goes. There's this compound gear. The shmoo, it's all over. I will be replacing this with some premium grease, the same grease that's used in the probably, or maybe white lithium. Anyhow, this is the second one, okay, that's used in the Banebuck gearbox. That may be too thick though, so I don't know. So here we go, there's that one. So is this one and this one the same? It is not. Okay, so this one, I'm going to put this one up there, this one over here. This one here is pretty hard to mess up because it has a larger pinion, or the different pitch on there. Okay, to interface with the spur gear. Spacer off, and now pull this out. Okay, in the older versions they used to use a spring washer. They no longer have that. So first thing I'm going to do is just flip that around. But if I do that, I think I have to actually put, oh wait, I found this spring washer. Yep, there it is. See it there? That little wavy looking thing. Sorry. Yep, it was on there. So I think you have to put the spacer on this side now, and then and the wave washer, and then put it down in. And then I think, let me see if I remember correctly. So I have to raise this up. I have to put this sprocket down in here like this. Okay. And then I have to put this one, or no, I actually have to put this one in now and flip it, I believe it was. Is that how that was? Maybe not. Like I said, it's been a while. I think I gotta go down, or wait, that's the wrong one. Well, that's a good way of knowing. Okay, so that one, I think, yeah, that one, yeah, that's barely engaging that. That is barely engaging that pinion. So what's going to happen is that pinion is going to have to be shoved down further on there if I have this gearing setup layout right. Now this one goes on upside down like this, and in theory, there we go. So in theory, let me see, did I get that? Yep. Okay, and that spacer, is that doing anything now, actually? I guess maybe it might be, but it's kind of blocked by that. Yeah, so you may not even actually need the spacer in there, but I'm going to leave it in there. Let me just check, a little sanity check here, and make sure that I have done this correctly. Okay, the two case halves go back together. This is coincident, pretty much coincident with the top. Okay, and that's, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I got it. Wow, I figured that would take me longer to figure out. Although I see it's 14 minutes already. So yeah, so if you look, you can see that pinion is barely capturing this bottom sprocket here. Let me see if I can get this to, there we go. Yep, see that? It is barely capturing it. So this sprocket needs to go down, or pinion, this motor pinion. So yeah, I'm not going to do this on camera. I'm going to be very careful. You don't want to mess it up. You want to have something like a soft material on this face. When you press it down, maybe something like a C-clamp would work. So what you do is don't press on the motor casing, okay? You're going to have to press on this end of this motor shaft, and also on this pinion, and push it down. I would suggest like a C-clamp, simply because you want to be able to do it slowly. If you try to like tap it in there or something like that, you can overshoot and push it down on too far or damage the pinion, and you don't want to do that. So I'd suggest, yep, something like a C-clamp where you can slowly, you know, turn it down and slowly move that down and get full engagement on those teeth there, for that secondary spur. But yeah, anyhow, so as you can see, it is engaging it, not by much though. So, but that's it. That's the long and short of it. That is a flipped version, and put that together like that. So here's what I'm going to do, and I realize if you want to stop now, you can. I'm going to go ahead, since I've done you know this, for the sake of being thorough and making sure that there's no inherent major internal differences inside the case, I'm going to go ahead and, where'd I put it? Oh, there we go. I'm going to do this one also, okay? just for shits and giggles. Okay, so there ain't going to be nearly as much babbling on this one because you've already seen the process. I'm just going to get down to it. Alright, so that's, yep, put your finger on there, press down a little, and come on, there we go. Alright, oh, not nearly as much schmoo. So, if you look here, this I can already tell has been heat treated. See that black ring around there? That's been heat treated. That is hardened. That's what you want. Okay, if you don't see that, you need to be suspect. You need to, you know, hey man, was, oh wow, is that, huh? I do not remember seeing that in that. I see a ball bearing in this one. Is that an upgrade? Okay, so that's just a sleeve bearing, flange sleeve bearing, and so is that. So, looks like it's an upgrade. Yeah, so this version here with the dimples, both there, I mean, flange bearing, yeah, that's perfectly fine. A sleeve bearing, perfectly fine, but in these ones, they have gone to a ball bearing. Does that make a lot of difference? I don't know. Personally, I prefer the flange bearings, and it looks like in this one, yeah, they switched. This is white lithium grease. That's what that is. So that's what I'm going to use. Anywho, so there's that. There's that. We got the same. Yep, we got the same wave washer on there, spring washer. Okay, hopefully you folks can see that. I know the lighting isn't the best, but so okay, so I'm going to take them off of there. All right, so rinse and repeat. Okay, so you come off of there, you come off of there. Since this isn't as icky as the other one. Okay, so nope. Wave washer first, spacer. Okay, so wave washer on, spacer on, and flip. All right. Ooh, that bearing does spin nice. They didn't need to do that, but they did. So. All right, and which one's next? Oh, that's right. Okay, so this goes in, but then this has to go up because this one has to go under it. Yay. Okay, and I think it is this one is next. Goes down like that. Okay. Okay, and then this one like that. Here we go. Rinse and repeat. Now this one, the pinion, no problemo. I mean, oodles. Now let's see. Let's check that. If I take that and I flip that as it was when it come apart, now see, in that case, I don't have much engagement. So there again, you know, this is one where if you get it, yeah, you may want to take yours apart. You know, even if it's a non-flipped version. Unless I'm missing something here, and this was originally like this, that pinion gear is down lower than it should be. So, yeah. And I will say this from experience. Be careful. Oops, sorry. Be careful. If you have to take these screws out, degrease this thing first. If you have grease in here, these screws tend to be in here pretty good. If you have grease in here and you try to unloosen those screws, those Phillips head, you will strip them right out. Then you got a problem. So, anywho, yeah, this down in there. Oh, wrong one. This one down in there like that. Okay. See, easy. What were you so scared of? And let me see here. Come on, come on. Go in your home. Go in your home. You know you. There you go. There we go. There's that. There's that. And boom. And that one sticks up. Well, oh, what'd I do? Did I do something wrong? Did I make a boo-boo? Let me see. What did I do wrong? Because that one sticks up way out. That can't be right. What did I do? Okay, let's think here. So I'm going to try just putting a wave spring in there. Okay, well, that solved that problem. Putting the wave spring in there only. Okay, so now that, okay, so that goes in and out like that, but that's the correct height now. So yeah, this is a different flavor. See, don't panic. Don't panic. All right, I'm going to put that spacer in there, and I'm going to trust but verify that that spacer should, in theory, yep, it does. Okay, we got the same thing there, and yep, that still works. Let me just, I want to squeeze down on that. That wave washer's putting some pressure there, but okay, so that will still work. Is there anything in here extra? Any extra? Oh, wait, there is, because I gotta say, because it feels a little tight. So there's an extra little piece here. I'm wondering, I want to exchange that wave washer, because the wave washer will, you know, its value will change because it's a wave washer. So I'm going to put that one on there. Okay, that gives me a little bit more. Okay, does that work there, or does that overshoot things? No, that seems to be okay. I think it's either going to be just using a wave, because it was a little tight with everything. Oh, I see. That stands proud. That's there because it's hitting that. It's not allowing that to go all the way down on because of the knurling. But that actually feels better. a slight amount of movement, ever so tiny, and it sticks a tiny bit higher here, but I think I prefer that. Okay, so we're going to go with that. So we got to flip the script on this thing, put that one in there. This one will now go down on here like this, and this one will go on here like this. So that one's down there. In theory, that works. In theory, is this going to go on there? There we go. Okay, that went down on there. I'm at the very edge of gear engagement on this one, but I'm still good. If I brought that down a hair, that would actually make that one engage a little bit better. I'm high on, yeah, so this pinion will actually need to be pulled out a little bit on this one. It would work like that. It's engaging about half of the tooth profile. It would probably work just fine. So let me see if the two halves go together, or if this one is artificially out just a hair bit too much. No, they seem to go right together. No problem there. So this is a judgment call, I think. Well, this video went way longer than I figured, but it was well worth it, because I discovered some things hereto unknown. So that's that washer. If I put that wave washer, if I delete this one, and actually it makes no difference on, well, yeah, might just delete that one. I think it's just making things stick up a little bit too high. And that's still, being that that's resting on a bearing, that's still good. This one here, let's see. Come on. Come on, get in your home. Come on. There we go. Okay. So that's still, yeah, that's still pretty good. Pretty good. Again, don't have the engagement I would like to have there. That pinion should come up slightly. Well, this is coincident now, pretty much. I don't have any real, yeah, that's nothing to be concerned with. Ever so slight movement. I guess it is builder's choice. Here we go. Come on. I got this grease on my hands now, and it's making things a bit more difficult. Come on, come on. Fingernails, don't fail me now. Oh. Oh, there we go. All right. So yeah, you play around with it and figure out where the sweet spot is. Like I said, this pinion really needs to come up. But there again, this is the point where it is the least amount of torque of the entire thing. But I wouldn't leave it like that. I'd use a gear puller and just pull that gear up, just so it's up to, at least up to this surface. So yeah, that's interesting on this one. Yeah, they changed things up. The introduction of the ball bearing has let's just do a side by side here. because I want to be thorough. Okay, so I can see here. So it looks like this is setting up higher than this. I got the approximeters here, and of course, since it's everyone else on the planet, I'm sure this is all in millimeters. So I'm going to take this depth reading to the top of this. To the top of this. Oops, I had it a little bit skewed. Looks probably about 2 millimeter. 2.25 millimeter ish. And if I go to the other one, 1.76 millimeters. So yeah, there is a height difference there. It is what it is, you know. And there again, we have two different, you know, if you look at the pinions, oops, sorry, you can see the obvious difference. One is way offset from the casing. Okay, let's see here. Yep, way offset. And the other one is almost right down on the motor. So yeah, it just hey, the magnets work. Yeah, so that is what it is. Okay, so video is getting really long, but hopefully that that gives us some, you know, I'm going to just put things together here, so I don't want to, well, there again with the difference in shmoo, I can pretty much tell what goes with what. And this one here, yep. Oh, nope, that's right. So I use the wave washer on the bearing version to go up against there. It just holds it just slightly proud of, yeah, I think that's fine. And then there we go, down on. That looks good to me. So yeah, you just monkey with it till you know, they're changing these case styles, it seems like every 6 or 8 months. You know, the tooling, you know, the mold wears out, the tooling wears out, it comes from a different mold. Who knows, you know, somebody decides to save a couple pennies, you know, on the case style or whatever. For whatever reason, these things, they're kind of fluid. But they are basically what they need to be. So, there we go. All right, that's it. Terry Andrews Jr., J5 Guru, saying bye for now. And I hope you found this informative and not too god-awful boring. Alrighty. Go build something cool.